Yes.
Do you have a recorder or anything?
This is my recording.
Oh, is that a recorder? Okay, good. Well, I'm Jerome Delli Priscoli. I work at the Institute for Water Resources with the U.S. Corps of Engineers. I have been involved with the World Water Council from its founding, which I helped with. And here I'm one of the alternative governors. I'm on the bureau, the executive bureau of the council. I am also the editor-in-chief of the world peer-reviewed journal Water Policy, which is part of the council. And at these meetings, I attend the meeting. I also help with, because I'm on the bureau. And from time to time, I will also help the group debate and discuss with each other.
So now you're here in Delft, and basically what is happening here at the moment?
The World Water Council Board of Governors is meeting here in Delft for 2 days. The topic is really about how we start to design the next World Water Forum, which will be in Marseille. This is a new Board of Governors. We were elected in Marseille a few months ago, so we're just getting to know each other. And the same with the Bureau members. It's a new Bureau. In many ways, this is like a kickoff meeting for ourselves. And it's gone very well. And Delft's a wonderful place, and IHE is a wonderful place to be in. It's a great environment. We all know so many people here. It's been a terrific meeting so far, and people are really able to interact, say what they want to say, talk with each other. It's a good environment.
And could you maybe also go into more detail on the U.S. being more involved in water-related issues?
Well, it's a good question. In many ways, the United States has been involved in water issues worldwide for many, many years, just being who we are. One of the reasons that our agency and a few other agencies and associations and businesses in the United States decided to join the World Water Council was to try and put forward some of this vast experience the United States has and discuss some of this experience. We have had massive investments in water in the U.S. We have had massive investments in environment, quality, and all of the other issues that you hear about. Water has been a fundamental key to the development of prosperity and reduction of poverty through our history. Right from the start and the founding of our country, from the early 1800s, when President Jefferson sent expeditions out, the reports for the United States about how to use water were really reports about using water to grow, using water for growth, security issues, and to try to bind a nation together as one nation. All of these themes are here today in many other parts of the world, but they're very old in the U.S. Since we have developed, we now discuss, what about our aging infrastructure? It's getting very old. Can it do the things that it did in the past? What are the new things we should do, and what are the things that we did in the past that we should stop? It's a big question. What about variabilities that people talk about in climate, for example? If these things are changing and they're varying, will our system and our infrastructure, will it work? These are major questions. These are different than some questions in the poor parts of the world. And in many parts of the world where countries and places are poor, they may need to learn about our early experiences of how we really used water to transform parts of our country. Major transformations. The transformation of California, transformation of the Pacific Northwest, the Tennessee Valley. These are places that were totally transformed into enormous economies on their own, all driven by water investment. So that's an important experience. But the cost things, we know that there were environmental, there are other costs. So knowing what it did and knowing the costs, we should be able to help the world in how you look at these costs, but also can do investments. And that's what I think the United States and many people are thinking about now. That's what we're trying to do.
How do you think education can play a role in this?
It's central. Absolutely. The more education for our young people in our own countries, but the more other countries come and learn about these experiences in both the technical and the policy parts, this is really crucial. It's also important that beyond water, that other people understand water. Most politicians ultimately understand water because they have to deal with floods or droughts or not enough access. But generally speaking, the role that water has played in the development of the civic cultures and the political cultures is not well understood. And that's also important. Education of our young people around the world is absolutely central to this. And I don't know, the more programs we have, the better we are. And water is not just something to think about. It is central to creating the whole basic platform for societies to have options to move in different directions. That's one reason that IHE, where we are, is absolutely a central and very, very important part of this picture and where the world and the next generations need to go.
All right. Well, good luck with your meeting, and
Thank you
thank you very
much
much for this interview.
Well, thank you.